a cosmonaut with a lot of his oxygen gone, and the piano strums on the little strings that could get cut by one of my scissor thoughts for the cookie cutter, son. They ought to ask, welcome back, Carter stuff. Because he had an article about he drew with hearts like he loved it a lot. Yes. Whiskey flavored to this. It's something red that I added in. Red 40, I guess. Like you read my penmanship and knew exactly what it was before you asked. Now watch you kick your own ass and fucking hit your head against something hard. Too hard, dog. That's an 8 squared type stuff. Won't you get the xenophobe I'm talking about? It was something on Atari you play all day, dog. From sun up to sundown. Then it got dark. You knew this part, then I knew the fucking nudity involved in this tune that I've been tooting on. This food that was small was fluid and such, so it had to be fluid involved. Cause what would rush next, the blood, or what the blood does when it does a good job. And dust was a bunch of dirt that was suddenly back to where it was, boom. When the shade would hit, that was when the big shake had wheels on it that could spit. Then off from this pit of despair type shit. Was this a bunch of red dirt that we tracked from Africa when we went? A bunch of traffic wash when we dust. A magic trick, a way for it to start. That's when the rabbit's head just poke out the top of your head that you took off. Then you could take off, dog. Why don't you take off before the cops come? No cause for alarm, it's just a bunch of these little fireworks that spun around. The blue and red mostly, but sometimes the white show up. Whites of the eyes, I fucking realize my rise for what you need. It's heresy not to put me in the top 5 that you could have on your hand. Unless one of them was shot and I was gone by somebody's gun. The one they loaded up like a mustard, because it must have been. Fuck it's simple, boy, because it's simple unrest when my next song don't come out enough. And why don't you come out from the camouflage, dog? Why don't you take the shutters off of what fucking snapped a bunch of photos of? This song, when it go to the market and plan it up, and won't you get a planner's jar full of all of my plantains I picked, like I was a monk, just the guy to do it, just the guy to want to give you a gift. It's a button in a box, and if you press, you could get rich, but a bunch of people would end up dead. Are you okay with this? Cinematic with some Cameron Diaz, had to put the fucking chocolate over the wrapper, or other way around. This was just a U-Haul that you've overturned, so everything was facing upside down. Upside to my flow was a fucking floaties on its arms, like it can almost row a boat. Won't you throw this article? See where it falls, see where it hit the wet, and then it splashed from off that bitch like a whole bunch of drips. Collect, cause that's what they did. Then scribble this note wherever you wish. You could fucking take a knife and put it on the wall if you want. Like that's how long you've been inside this wall or so. This was a walrus dog with the fucking teeth real long. They're kinda like an elephant's one. But the trunk was gone, so you hold the trunk and your bark was sore. You wanna stop at a bench or something. Once you lick the woos you haven't got quite yet. That could have been deploying a cat, and that was awesome in this rap if you could attach it like that. The fucking autumn is when the colors turn red on the leaves and shit. When you're walking in the park on the path, but don't deviate from it. You might get mugged a shot of both, and then they could put a little shot of some in your arm, like you're gonna end up with whiskey, dude. That's when he whiz you, bitch, and why don't you whiz your pants just thinking about it. Why don't you wash the dog? That's straight from the leash he's on. He done ripped it off cause his teeth were strong. They were sharp like the insides of the scissors all of the time. He doesn't have to sharpen the line. That's the way that they supply. Supply and demand was something was thought. That would be Quran, 1,000 of thought. That would be Kandi in your hand. That could be a rapture thought. Something to rupture some. Something to volcano wash all day long. If you have one eyeball, like it's a precious and you go for a ring. Life starts to spin. It gets suspended and what's small for a second, they get big like you ate something from block that you hit. Tobacco spit was something a Dracula spits. The cave that looked like this, and the cave that was real big. Like I did it myself. I done the job and pinball small with all the pieces that were strong and all that were one. They were whole and now they're not. This was a fucking hose that I pulled off the drug and when he didn't wash. Or better yet a sheep, cause that makes sense I think. Now I put my dick in the whip because that's how it get for me when I speak. Boom. When I said so sweet, I make the bread that's crisp. That's hard on the outside but soft within. Now gets all of this because it was a fucking song that started and never stop and the fucking awesome star linger above the clouds. It just play with rainy day would change your brain because you get the mold grown inside your skull when I'm not on. So go and put your skull candy on, bro. Do they still sell those or is it all opted for the ones by Dre? Maybe I need to strangle the bitch. Put him under where all of the water collects. Under the long bridge that mom made and shit. I need the beavers to make mine off the trees that they make fall. With the teeth that was yellow, dog. Everything's yellow now, but that's only one and then we start from the other yellow stuff. Like it's a yellow bus that was short like he got in a crash. Like a dummy drove that bitch too much. He needed a smart guy instead. Needed a smart rhyme. So it had an eye on the front, dog, like a phone you got and you paid too much. Maybe you pulled full, a bunch of them off ducks once to go off. That would have been fresh. All with sins and all delicious venison. When it was toxic, they need to get to the floor. Like an earthquake about to go. That was the sandwich you hold from a patty of a cow. Now you debated some of my flow. I would have meant that you was retarded, bro. And I was right the first time I throw a flow. Cause that was involved. And then a fucking crime went off before it stalled. Bunch of reels that don't make sense. But when they do, they always fresh. They always best like a fucking brand with the wonder on it. One-way trip to sick, and this was Transylvania, bitch. Can I just get a dribble from off your neck? Like it's a dribble from off your chin. And now I double dribble this bitch, and maybe I need the other team to win by game more than that. Mooring starting up was a whip that was strong. Maybe the loss, or maybe y'all just be breaking the law. Maybe this law was hard. Why don't you try it all? Give it a tug with your tongue, like you're gonna take a skinny dip. This was a fucking anything I said. Put in any sick on any script, and that would make sense. But why does it got? This was a grotto, dog, that they all polluting a lot, a gobbling up everyone. The tiny dragon that couldn't grow up. He was just a goblin dog. He wanted another gravity shot of some straw. Maybe make him fall to the floor. Maybe when the fucking bed made with all these stuff, then we could elect the fucking maybe thought to be on a memo that's small. Memorabilia sign at the bar with my signature, dog. This was the dog that got all of these shows. When the lens would switch, the optics on your eyes would get some of this nonsense. Then they realized it was all this that he described at once in a small petri dish. Watch how it evolved. Watch how all the colonies start and how I'm calling some these insects to switch into other ones. A beetle bag Bailey top with the scent is strong, cause the structure was having the foundation in the world, all the way to the coal and beyond. Mold like a shishka bowl when I rip a song, make it solid syllables. A bowl full of Mo and Cheerios to taste, and then it was a recipe that I just made. That's the Toll House, bitch, with the cookie cutter shapes. One that looked like Boo that chased Mario all day. This could chase away the blues. Just listen to my tunes, and then you could do this fucking voodoo on me all you want. If I'm talking to myself, but I'm not. Maybe I'm talking to the fucking adolescent that just happened to listen to this shit, so I can hit them with some of this rhythm. This is something that I made up this sick, isn't it? Or isn't it? I can feel like the soft of the claw because the fucking awesome guitar was foretold by someone a while ago with the witch's hat on, but he was a bro. He just liked the way it looked and he thought he could pull it off, like the Cape of Dracula in this cove that's surrounded by a bunch of U-boats. They're gonna blow up the whole rock and have it all sink to the ball. Then they could see what's within, cause they heard there was a treasure chest which he spits in this sentence. Cause it's the syntax, bits attached to a tic-tacs I had. Now is it that, the fucking flimsiest penguin that ever slid a cold? Now you got the fucking Oculus rocking because of the rockola from off a cliff. And maybe this fucking trumpet could play one of this, then that would be something. So why don't we go watch it? When the bows, what were the ships that could go off? I mean the fucking jets that could spin. You could watch at a carnival or something. But it's more an air show. They don't do much other stuff. They should have a fucking rise. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Except they would miss a lot what they did. Petroleum costs a lot. Land chase of these, and then we want to rest the show that I'll be more. Of course I would. I'm Santa Claus. I come every 25th year, 25th month. A day I meant. Now a day in this rap was all of them blended and mixed. Like this was a ninja that you bought, bitch. But it was on sale, so don't expect it brand new from the box and the drop and the instruction if you were dumb or something. Like you need an idiot's guide to how to make this shit mix. Make it spin. It's what I meant to ascend. Now put a minnow in that bitch so that you're many fresh with your breath. Boom. But some more of these eggshells until the omelet was what you got because you put some heat under it and whatnot. Until the wood shark was burnt out by the fucking big flame that erupted when I spit this song. It's an inferno, bro, that Dante's talking about. This fucking rugged cliffs will never let anyone all the way up. Halfway maybe, and a fucking peacock rhyme and a baby, and a mint condition, and rapping still, and that would be some relation. Now we would go for this song. Apostle Tom with another one from his tonsil son. Would you like some more? Hold out your bowl and hold this fucking crucible close, or at least the crucifix you hold like you was holy and mold. Holy, TWA, thick.